Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to show you how I pot on my tomatoes. These pots that I'm using are around 25 litres a pot. They do say that you should pot tomatoes in a minimum of 30 litre pots, but I've honestly never had a problem doing them in 25 litre pots. I've always had a really good crop out of them, and that's just what I do. So the first thing that I do, fill them with compost obviously, and then I water that compost. I really give it a heavy water. Once I've done that, I leave the pots for about 5 minutes. Just let that water bed into that compost really nicely. I think I've got 5 or 6 different varieties of tomatoes this year. I've got some money makers, some beefsteak, red beefsteak, purple beefsteak, golden cherry, red cherry, and I think I've got some nomad, I think they're called as well. So to pot them, what I do is, you'll see me here just pinching. I pinch the bottom sort of 2-3 leaves off, and then I just obviously take a big hole in the middle of the pot, remove that compost and sink that plant as deep down as I can without the leaves obviously touching the compost in the pot. You don't want to do that because obviously it can allow disease to get in plant. So it's a good idea to just plant. It don't matter about the stem. You can put that as deep as you want in compost. It don't matter. Just try avoid them leaves touching pots. Plant. Also, you can see that I'm putting the pot next to each one, so I can label them afterwards as well. What I would say with tomatoes as well is, once you've potted them, 9 times out of 10 they will have a bit of an issue fit and fall over maybe and look like they're wilting, look like they're not watered enough and all that sort of stuff. But whatever you do, if you do it this way, don't water them again. Just leave them in. I put them in a cool place, quite a cool place, and not in direct sunlight. And you'll probably find next day when you wake up and go down, they're all stood up perfectly fine, no issues whatsoever. It's honestly, don't overwater them. Even when they're growing, I only, maybe once, at the most twice a week if it's really hot, I'll water them twice a week, maximum really. I just find if you water them a lot, tomatoes, when fruits on plant, you'll end up getting blossom end rot if you're watering them too much. Like if you water them every day, you're gonna get blossom end rot, simple as. And if you water them infrequently, what'll also happen is when fruits on plant, it'll split. But what I'll do is I'll do another longer video when I get these up to allotment in greenhouse, and I'll show you next steps on what to do with them once obviously they start to flower. I'll show you also how I set them up so they trail up a piece of rope basically. That's how I train them up there, because these are all obviously intermediate varieties. If they're indeterminate varieties, I think, which are like bush ones, you don't need to do that. But these ones, indeterminates, they're going to climb. So I'll show you what to do once they've flowered, when to start feeding them, how much to feed them, everything you really need to know. But the main thing today is to get these done. I've got about 20 plants that are all going in today, so it's going to be quite a long day, and it's quite an expensive day as well, because this compost ain't cheap no more, is it? So anyway, I'm just going to finish these off, and once they're in the pots, I go around and water them again, and I will literally not water these now for 3-4 days maybe. Honestly, just leave them. They're happy enough. You can see how, when I'm taking them out of pots here, how dry they are, and they're perfectly fine. Don't overwater them. And that's the biggest piece of advice I can give you. Okay. Right, I'm just getting the last one in now. What I do now is I give them a good water again. Just water around the plant, don't water over it. They don't like water on leaves. So just water around them as best you can. So I'll show you all of them potted up now. And I'd just like to say a big thank you for everybody watching, liking and subscribing. Thank you very much, I really appreciate it. It is a bit of hard work doing this, but I quite enjoy doing it. So give us a like and a subscribe, and I'll carry on doing it. Thanks a lot.